Hey folks, welcome back to another review with yours truly, Sam Healey. Today we're not actually taking a look at a game per se, but we're using Blood Rage to take a look at this guy right here, the box organizer for Blood Rage from The Broken Token. So without further ado, let's get down to the table and take a look. Now, first of all, I just want to show you the pamphlet that comes along with it. This is also the instruction book, what it looks like as the inside. And I wanted to show this to you because it's very clear, it's very concise. It doesn't have any type of confusion to it at all. It's very laid out well, and it also tells you how to organize it inside the box as well. So let's go ahead and get the box open and take a look at this bad boy. Now, as we get to this, you'll see that first of all, the organizer is designed to hold this guy in place. It's built so that there's a little lip that comes up here on one of the monster cases, and then one of the other boards here stands up a little bit taller than everything else so that it holds that board in place. And then we open it up and there is everything. First of all, you'll see that these wood things, they come with little things that you can, little finger holes that you can use to pick up. And then there's another thing you'll notice is that these things don't actually fall out. That's because they actually clip into the actual bottom of the board there. And let's get up close. The little clips here that hold the models in place. Just a real neat addition here. I'm hoping that they don't weaken over time, but I think with the design that they've done here, I think that they probably will not. So they come out rather easily, and then to put them back in, you just kind of slide them back in. It's real simple. There isn't a lot of wear and tear that's going on every time you take them out. So I think that's a really cool design there that they've put a lot of thought into, and I really think that they've done a superb job thinking ahead for those people that are painting their models and wanting to keep them pristine. Further on, we have a couple of things here. And another thing that's really cool about it is that everything's already labeled for you. Here are the Ragnarok tokens, and if you open those up, comes right off, and there's different kinds of these guys in here, and then the actual tokens. Then you have your pillage tokens, which when you open that, boom, there they all are. The monsters. Now, one thing that I'll say about the monsters, and it's kind of a negative thing here, is that some of the monsters that they came out with on the newer expansions don't quite fit well into this box. And I had to put them elsewhere. I'll show you in just a minute where I had to put them. But they don't actually fit in there because they're a little bit too long, too tall. Here's where Odin on his throne doesn't really fit well here. So we've kind of improvised, and his throne goes right there, and then Odin just kind of resides kind of sideways on his throne there. But all of the gods do fit in there. Then you have the card tray that comes up here, and as you can see, one of the monsters that just doesn't fit inside because he's too tall. His spear is just too tall. I'm having to put him in here. But all of the cards here fit in, of course, age 1, 2, and 3. All of the different ones. I haven't actually divided them all up yet. Then the actual piece where each one comes, each clan can go together. There's enough spaces in here for all of the clans, all of the different expansions, so if you are able to get your hands on everything that Cool Mini or Not has come out with, there's room for it to fit in here. So real quick, I just wanted to go ahead and show one of the clan organizers up front, close, and you can see that this little guy just pops out real easy. Not totally easy, it does fit snug, but this pops off. All of these guys can go in here very easily. Even the busts that come in one of the expansion boxes fit in here nicely along with everything else. So that's a pretty cool thing. Then this little puppy just snaps right off, and you have your different models that are done. Here is the leader over here and the original 4. And then the ship, and then you can see right down there where it actually has the place labeled, because that little divot right there is smaller than the rest of them, so it is made to fit that ship. The only real downside about this is that if you want to have those in snug, you've got to have one of these in there every chance you get. Then you can turn this around and this one pops right off. Here are the 2 mystics for the Wolf Clan, and then the other models that are here as well. And then, you know, the Mystic is having a hard time staying in his little shell there. So really cool design for these organizers. Really thought a lot ahead on people painting their miniatures, not wanting their miniatures to get messed up and that kind of thing. Just kudos for production of this. Very ingenious design. I really like this. So you have, you know, the Wolf Clan. You've also got the Serpent Clan. And they're all designed the same. Bear Clan, Raven Clan, Ram Clan, and then finally the Wild Boar Clan. So all of it fits in here. Every single thing that has come out for this game, all of the Kickstarter exclusives, all of the expansions that have come out for it fit inside the box. As you can see, here's your empty box here. And so as you put stuff back in, it's very, very simple. It just fits. Now, before we go any further, I do want to mention this because I did show it. Some of, not all of them, but some of the pieces don't quite fit very well. But those that do almost fit too well. As you can see, this one just comes out real easy, and I left that alone. I'm probably going to glue it later on, but I left it alone just so that I could exemplify that. Some of them are very snug fits, and they don't require any glue at all, and they were not hard to put in either. But some of them are very loose fits, and they'll come apart real easy, and you'll have to glue them in. So that's just something to be aware of. So anyway, everything goes back in like so. The cards go in here. Then the gods and the monsters, or leftover monsters rather, go right there like that. The monsters that have the higher lip go on the outside. These monsters here with the lower lip go on the inside and fit real snug just like that. So that's the Broken Token box organizer for Blood Rage. Now, a lot of the things that I mentioned in here as kind of negative points, they're actually all addressed on their website. So if you go to brokentoken.com and look at their website, their entry for the box organizer, you'll see all of these little things that sometimes the box lids will fit too snugly or too loose, and they're working to provide for that. They even talk about the Dwarf Chieftain, how he doesn't fit in there very well. So they're very, very upfront with you on all of the things that are happening there. So that's another big kudos for that company. They've done very well. They know their product. They know how it works and all that kind of stuff. And they really want you to get the most for your money. Clocking in at about $44.99, $45. This is I think a worthy purchase, especially if you have taken the time and effort to paint your miniatures for Blood Rage. And $45 is really worth it, especially if you have painted your miniatures, because this organizer actually does serve a very efficient purpose of protecting your miniatures after you have painted them and so forth. So now, having said that, the one thing that is kind of a drawback for me is that this will add weight to your game. Now, we're only talking about a couple of pounds, maybe 2.5 pounds at most, but it does add another 2.5 pounds to a game that's already kind of heavy because of all the minis that come in inside of it. So if you have all of the minis from the core box, all of the Kickstarter stuff, all of the other stuff, you already have a heavy game, and this is going to add a couple more pounds to it. But quite frankly, because of all of the protection that it provides for your miniatures, I think it's well worth it. It's 2 pounds well spent, let's put it that way. So that is the box organizer for Blood Rage from the Broken Token. See you on the flip side, folks.